And a very good morning to all of you, May 4th, 2019. And just a reminder, Missy Jenn, it's hard to believe the farewell extravaganza in Oakland today. And I feel like I've grown attached. And good morning, Missy Jenn and Georgie. Nice to see you this morning. Yes, we have pie today, coconut cream pie, a luscious coconut cream pie here. Thank you to those of you. Yeah, I'll bet, Mallory. Good morning, Cassidy. Rosie Springer says, I feel like I'm trapped in the elevator with the music, I guess, on there. I want to thank those of you who were on the Hangouts last night, the multiple Hangouts. The second one is the kind that you dream of, just fun and cutting up and just very self-contained fun. Let me fix this camera. There we go. I don't know whatever happens with that thing. Pie in the sky, love. Good morning, Shannon Kenko. How are you? And my lovely friend, Dancing Dawn here. Nice to see you, sweetie.
Hi, Nancy Dawn.
So thank you very much. A lot of fun. Got a very delicious cake. Hello, Warren. Nice to see you, my friend. Yeah, I'm glad Mallory wasn't more banged up in that
Hi, Joey D.
accident. Hey, Joey D. That's what I call one of those shock accidents where you have like you have no time to react. Thank God it wasn't on a highway and somebody pulled out after getting gas and you're hit them at 50 miles an hour and airbags deploy. Hello, Squiffy. All that. Yeah, I guess that's Jack Sparrow, Boyd Network News. Hello to you. He usually comes by, drops his info, then doesn't hang around. So, hey, Beryl, what's going on, 180? I have an open chat. I'm open to everybody.
Hi, 180.
Let's see. Yeah, it looks good with her hair, doesn't it, on there?
Cool.
So, okay, so I hope everybody's, yeah, I'm glad it wasn't a high-speed crash, too. It's still pretty bad. You can tell that, I could tell that car was going to be totaled by the transmission of damage across the whole front end. So, I'm doing good, doing pretty good. So I wanted to start an update on Missy Jenn. I'll be slicing the pie in a little bit. And, I'm on Hangouts and some other things. People are wondering, quite a few people, and also in messages and things, is Missy Jenn capable of being here on the Rancho and taking care of things when I travel? And let me just start by saying initially, my travels will be of a 1 and 2 week nature in the month of May. And then depending on how that goes, then I will see in June. June's going to be a long one of potentially a month or two for being away. So they're going to be long term. So slicing the pie. There you go, Mallory. So what do you think, Jen, about being here and stuff? I mean, with the people that are here in town and people like the boss and Janet being...
I'm good, but I'm being by myself with just George here, and then I got a safety net of having friends and multiple friends in the vicinity. So
yeah, Bobby lives like a mile and a half away.
So it's all good.
So it's, so elaborate that on a little bit.
Safety net is established and safety protocol. So it's all good.
And the other positive, hey RB Radio, the other positive factor is that Missy Jenn will be, this is now 1 week and a day post infusion for her, had it last Friday. By the time Bobby and I take off for Las Vegas, Missy Jenn should be really starting to enjoy the upswing of the positive benefits of the Ocrevus. Good morning, Cheryl. And I think that's the important thing. But the Rancho, it's laid out. It's a one story house here. There's not steps to climb. There's minimal steps outside.
Yeah, it's pretty streamlined, and we have it now set up to where it's pretty. It's very low maintenance.
Yeah, so I'm not. Missy Jenn has minimized her time walking around over the last since her infusion. And I don't think we're really going to be putting any plantings in. It's probably a good year to let these planter boxes rest for a year. We've been drilling these things with tomatoes for 6 years or so. So we're going to not plant anything out there. When I go to put up my sauce, I will just go ahead at that time and buy a case of tomatoes ripe at the peak of the season. They should be pretty cheap. And then we'll just go ahead. Thank you, Shannon. Just go ahead and make up the sauce. I usually like to put up 4 or 5 gallons of sauce in a season. People seem to enjoy it. Joey D. Joy's coming up. We got Robert coming up tomorrow. So Snickerdoodle wants to know how you're feeling, Jen.
I'm doing good. Got a few problems with the migraines again, but other than that, I'm all right.
Good morning, Antonia. Yeah, see, Missy.
Thank you for asking.
Missy Jenn and I are kind of like polar opposites. She rarely opens her mouth.
Yeah, I don't really like to discuss the.
Yeah. And I rarely shut my mouth. So it's like we're on polar ends of the spectrum. It's probably why we've gotten along so good over the 5 years, is just being so differently. If I don't get along, I can be there in a short time. Yeah, that's right, Joey D. Joey D can be here in about an hour. Yeah, this is what life is about, Sharon.
Thank you, Mallory.
Yeah, and she did it herself, which is pretty darn cool. And which I thought was great. It turned out great to color, and she looks fantastic. So I'm very happy she's able to do so much. I have to tell you guys, going back, and I've said this before, if you go back and look at my videos for the winter going into the early late winter of 2014. I guess, yeah, when I was planning to go pick up Missy Jenn in Missouri and bring her to the Rancho. I was absolutely frantic. You can see a 3-part series building a wheelchair ramp for the front entrance out there, trying to finish the shine shack to get the work done. I really expected within a year or two that Missy Jenn would be totally confined full-time to a wheelchair, not able to do too much for herself. But I like to think because of hey Cornholio, I like to think because of the care that she's gotten at UCSF and her personal strength, that she's performed so much beyond my expectations here that I have total confidence. Hey Douglas, how are you? Total confidence that she can be safe and that she can be comfortable here on the Rancho. The only thing I've asked, and I will repeatedly ask her to do, is if you go outside the door or if you're in the house, make sure you have your cell phone on you at all times, just in case you should slip and fall, something like that. Somebody like Bobby would drop everything, as would Janet and the boss, to come and help out. So hello, Abel Hanan. Good morning to you. So hey, Mouse Toes. So I'm very happy about the performance of how Missy Jenn is done here on the Rancho. I have never, how would I say this, Jen? I've never held any conditions or anything over your being here. Missy Jenn's here as long as she chooses to be here, and I don't ever direct her how to run her life or what to do. So those people that joke around about Missy Jenn being held hostage on the Rancho and all that, she's financially very independent. Okay, she can go where the heck she wants to go. And I know it's said in a funny sort of way, people say that, but it's been good. I like it when people are independent, and Missy Jenn doesn't like that when I went to pick you up in Missouri, your family member had one piece of advice for me. Do you remember what that is?
I don't want to talk about none of that stuff.
Let's talk about the smile.
Let's talk about financial independence.
That family member said, whatever you do.
My own bills. And I buy food for the household.
Yeah, thank you, 180.
So I pay my share around here. Woo.
Oh, I don't know, Nicole. I'm sure I'll see you this afternoon. You said that last week, and you were around. I'll believe it when I see
you later on.
Anyway, if not, take care of your stuff. I know I'll see you around the chat.
I'll be seeing you in the next chat around the corner.
That's funny as hell. I don't think Nicole can stay away she did stay away for a while before. Yeah, anyway, just pulling your chain. Yeah, I will, Nicole. Let me see hold on a minute. Let me see.
See you in a minute. What does it say? No.
I don't know. I don't see anything.
Now means probably like for big
from Nicole, but I have so many things down here. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure if she sent me something or what the only way I have to communicate.
It's probably a secret code or something.
Oh no. Okay. All right. I got you. Jeez. Okay. Holy fuck. Okay. 10-4. Well, take it easy. All right, man. I hope you get that straightened out. Anyway, I hope that's okay. Good morning, Harvey. I will definitely check out that video. Good morning, Monique Droid. There we go. Drama and the bottom of YouTube combined. Nice to see you, Harvey. So that's the update on Missy Jenn. Let me fix this fucking thing. All right, thank you, Nora. Just to update
So
on
yeah, so
Missy
I'm
Jenn.
financially independent.
Come on, tell them the one thing
and
that they
I
told
pay,
me.
And I pay my own bills, and I also contribute to the house. So
Yes.
I pay
Yeah.
food, buy food, drink, and stuff and whatnot. And so
She's always been a big contributor. She's always been a big contributor.
It's not like some people say that I am leeching off of here.
No, you never,
I have
leached.
never in 5 years and 1 month ever leached off of anything. Bottom line. Woo. So what's the next topic?
So the one thing that they told me when I went to pick up Missy Jenn is
that you're not a judge.
Why don't you tell them what your family told me when I picked you up?
Because you already told them over and over.
Yeah, but we still get a laugh. Look at how you're smiling.
Just replay the other. That's right, 180. You got that correct, Amanda.
Yeah, she has a great sense of pride and accomplishment, and if she could still be working on the daily,
if I could work, I would be working 12-hour shifts, making big bucks somewhere in an office or something, or do something.
Yeah, so that's
driving tanks or flying planes or doing something.
That's the real thing. I want to give a shout out to DJI, and I want to restate this again. You know, customer service, decent customer service in America is really kind of a dying thing. Everybody's great at making a sale. We have seminars, you know, how to make sales, sell. People jam in product. But, you know, it's what happens when you need service that really defines the company and the experience. And when we crashed our drone, and unfortunately, I was going to try to put up the video, but because we got no stop button hit, when the drone went up and crashed, it didn't turn off the recording, so it wasn't able to ever.
Corrupt, yes.
Yeah, the file's corrupted on there. I wanted to show this thing just dropping out of the sky and have that on the video.
Yeah, it dropped like a rock.
It dropped like a rock out of the sky. But when I sent this thing down on like Wednesday afternoon, Tuesday, I think Thursday afternoon, I shipped this down just the day before Missy Jenn had her infusion. I bit the bullet and shipped off this drone to be repaired. The next day in the afternoon, Friday, I got a notification that it was received. Saturday, I got a notification that it was being assessed. And then Monday, I got a notification with pictures of the damage and then how much it would cost to fix it. And I paid the amount to fix that. And on Wednesday, you know, they did the repairs on Tuesday. On Wednesday, they shipped it out and gave me notification. And Friday, 5 p.m., 4:30 p.m., it showed up at the door in the box. An amazing customer service. No 2-3 weeks lost, any kind of BS. It was a very, very, very good thing. Days gone away lately, man. Yeah, more Vegas trouble. I'll get into that now. More Vegas trouble. I've got, you know, warning lights flashing. People, anonymous people, some friends that I've known for a long time telling me to be careful, me and Bobby in Las Vegas. Unknown people commenting that certain characters may show up in Las Vegas, so be aware. Make sure your head is on a swivel. Look, I've never operated in life like that. Although I appreciate people's commentary on things, and I also am very appreciative that people do care and care a lot about my well-being and Bobby's well-being. You know, I like to think that what people say and what people do and they experience, thank God, has been borne out on YouTube. That as far as physical confrontations are concerned, I can't really think of any in my memory. Yeah, anybody has, thank you, Mouse Toast, anybody has a right to go anywhere they want. I would never assume to answer back and tell somebody, oh, you better not come to Las Vegas and you better not mess with me and all. Hey, people have a right to go where the hell they want. It's not my place. People, I guess, have a right to come up to you on the street. Again, nothing wrong with that in my mind. I know why people were there to do that, but I'm saying there's nothing illegal about that showing up. It's just when you cross the line and physicality is involved. And I'm not saying, when people tell you they're going to pull up in a white van and open up the slider and throw you into the van, come on. This ain't no fairy tale. Okay. Yeah, Cassidy. So I'm going to have a lot of fun. Anybody can say they're going to do something, but the thing that crosses with me is the physical aspects of, if you have an encounter and all of a sudden you have a bully encounter on the streets of Vegas. Now that's a different story, but I did not originally plan to have and to carry pepper spray with me at all times. But now I sort of feel compelled that I will have pepper spray with me. So, I might be on the losing end of an encounter. I don't know, but at least there'll be somebody teary-eyed for a day or two at the encounter too. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. You cannot separate agenda from genuine when it comes to the Vegas tour. Well, this Kit Kat, I have to put it out there. I did not originally think that I would carry any kind of, I've never felt the need ever in Las Vegas to carry any kind of, and I mean, I've gone chooching late at night and all kinds of things. I've never felt compelled, and I will still be doing late night and other chooches, but I never felt compelled to carry any self-defense things with me. That's going to change this time to make sure that I am protected to the extent that the law allows. Yes, I'm not, we are getting our own room. Thank you, JKM. I was invited to stay at the streaming house with Dave. I had already pre-booked Las Vegas, and to tell you the truth, I enjoy the downtown experience. I don't want to give that up. Plus, I have to be aware of the fact that Bobby works like hell. Going to be 70 years in October. He doesn't need he doesn't understand the players, what goes on. I don't want to inflict that on Bobby. I want to make sure Bobby has a great time. To me, it's bad enough that Missy Jenn's decided not to go and I can't risk her. I know nothing would really happen. But I want to make sure Bobby has a good time. So we've decided to stay in downtown on Fremont Street and enjoy that as a base of exploring. Will I stop by the streaming house? Will I spend time there? Of course I will. Bobby's always the kind of person that's willing to meet anybody and shake hands and introduce himself and say hi. Gambling cheats. So we're getting our own. Yeah, I'm just saying, well, I'm always prepared to do my own thing. I cannot be selfish and just think about myself. Bobby deserves to have a good time too. He never goes anywhere. This is like he'll go again in January when we have the Adult Video Entertainment Award convention down there too. So should name the biggest streaming room by the sounds of it. Of course. Yeah. I think we'll be fine. Brockovich, how are you, honey? But you can't live your life worrying about things. I mean, worst case scenario, hey, Rosie, and maybe you recognize the person, maybe you don't. And they might say, hey, guess what? I made it down. I told you I was coming to Vegas. Well, brother, sister, welcome to Vegas. Hope you brought plenty of money with you for gambling and good times. Yeah, I think things will be fine. I just have never been one to live my life in worrying about those kind of things. But I want to make sure that Bobby has a great time. So as far as what Dave's plans and things like that, that has not been disclosed to me. Obviously, it's a very long ride from Iowa to Vegas, significant mountain ranges to be crossed, the Rockies, the Wasatch Mountains. It's a pretty good truck, you know, to get over there. It's a pretty, you know, some pretty hard driving to get down there. Yeah, I think so, Joey D. I believe so.
They even have marshals up there in the side streets, parked U.S. Marshals.
Yeah, so I'm not particularly worried about that.
They don't muck around.
But people on YouTube, most by and large, have a very high degree of sensibility. They're not going to do things to physically encounter or hurt somebody on here. It wouldn't be to their benefit at all. I mean, Elvis has certainly been, for 4 years, I figure if nobody took Elvis down by this point in time, that, you know, people like to, you know, it makes good copy sometimes to put the threats that I'm going to meet up and everything. So I'm not sure if I would let Stickers do the driving coming out of the UK, right? He might go to make a left-hand turn and turn into oncoming traffic, right? Because in the UK, they drive on the wrong side of the road. So, oh, I think Bobby's friendly with everybody. Bobby's the kind of person that just enjoys living day to day. When you get to be 70 years old, you don't take anything for granted. Having battled prostate cancer and everything else, he's grateful for every day that he has. The one thing Bobby has never done is to get down and dirty with all the drama. It's something that he's had zero interest here on YouTube. After UK, it's the turns at intersections. That's right, because everything is automatic. Stickers used to driving on. That's what I'm saying. He's used to, how you doing, Bean Sprout? He's used to driving on the other side of the road. Correct. I could drive there. It's the same side as Italy. Hey, Debbie Lynn, how you doing, honey?
It's like everywhere in Europe except in England and Britain.
Yeah.
Right, right.
So I'm gonna take a minute. I'm gonna cut this luscious coconut cream pie. Take a little break here. And then we'll get on with the topic. I want to show you guys, move on with the other topics that I want to discuss. So I'm going to go ahead and slice this for Missy Jenn and myself. So give me a couple minutes. Jen, take over.
How are you doing, Debbie Lynn? I used to have actually a British car in Germany that had the steering wheel on the right-hand side. And it was a stick shift. 323 Mazda. It was fun to drive. People always would look at me funny when I was driving it. It was fun. But yeah, we miss you too, Debbie Lynn. Long time no see. We occasionally see when you do a video, but it's been a long time. Hope you're doing all right.
I like how beautifully that's sliced up there. It's a nice looking piece there, Jenny.
I actually was amazed how easy it was to actually switch to the stick shift on the left-hand side. It was really easy for me to. I got into it. Did a test drive because I bought it on base from a staff sergeant that was, his tour of duty was over and he was leaving and he was selling it. And so I bought it and I took it for a test drive and it was like, no problem whatsoever, and it was easy cheesy quick easy. Just shift it like this. No problem whatsoever. 5 gears forward, 1 reverse. Woo! How is that? It's delicious. Nice creamy. Mm. Nice and creamy, fluffy.
Yeah, it's set up really well. You just have to make sure you get the
Good
filling to the set point.
Of coconut, and then it's got the nice solid bottom layer of
Flaky.
the crust.
Mm. Rockin' pie, rockin' pie. Mm. Rome has crazy. Morocco ain't for weenies driving either. Yeah, I've never been to Italy before. It's a place that I think I would enjoy going to.
The worst driving, the drivers I've encountered was in Yugoslavia. They drive these little Yugos like maniacs up those mountain roads. Potholes a foot deep. Boy, they just blast right through those with those little Yugos.
Bella Rose.
They'll pass you with those Yugos going speed limit. There's no speed limit.
Thanks, Cindy.
It was crazy.
Wow, Joe says I was in Okinawa when they changed over from right side to left side driving. It was crazy for a few days. Wow. Thank God when I spent all my years in China that the roads were the same as the U.S., the same traffic patterns and stuff like that. But they were crazy as fuck, people on bikes, millions of bikes. Ring, ring. All you heard was the bells on bikes going down some. And when they cross the boulevard in Beijing, they always told you just walk and maintain your gait. Don't worry about the cars and the bikes flying toward you. They'll go around you. It's only if you stop and change your pace, then you're going to have an accident. So,
the drone ship landed. Where did it land?
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on with that. How you doing, Kim C? Good morning to you.
Did it already land on Mars? It didn't take long to get there.
No, it's not. All right. Let's get into this. This one, I'm not a judge, and this is the main thing that I wanted to cover off today. There are people in the community here, of which I consider myself one, that really don't want to be swept up in the daily of what's going on. So the best thing you can do in that situation is be respectful to all parties, which I try to be. Okay, on the daily, I do try to be respectful. I don't put up videos that drag people. I don't, because to me, it's not good for my personal psyche. For some people can do that every day. To me, it would be psychologically draining to fight basically a war without end, and I've stated that before. But it does not mean that people do not attempt to influence you, and you get sent reams of documents and links to documents, court records, divorce records, just every kind of record under the sun. You know, links to all kinds of stuff out there. But the problem is, to me, the real problem is I'm not a judge. And I always tell myself, whenever I see something put up on YouTube, I always try to tell myself there's two sides to the story. And that's what judges are for. That's where things come down in court systems. So I don't try to prejudge and decide what's going to happen. I think the thing that most people do is either wait for the other side to weigh in, or they just, we get so jaded down here We get so jaded down here with the information that we see and the things that get posted that I think most of us know that, people posting things with a purpose, and people just look at it and then they either decide my point is we're not changing any minds down here. The people that want to stay out of things, stay out of it. The people that want to be involved in it are involved in it on the daily. That's not going to change. Oh, it's like the blue team and the red team. And then you have the great mass of people that don't want to be. Good morning, Johnny Wad. That don't want to be involved in it. You can still find some level of basic respect for the people, all the parties that are involved in what's going on. Because why? Because I'm not a judge. Nor is Missy Jenn. She gets stuff sent to her Gmail and it just gets deleted before it even, it's never going to be looked at. Why? Because Missy Jenn's not a judge. She's not the one capable of making that kind of decision.
I'm not interested in getting involved in other people's lives or business.
Yeah, I'm a lot of people's safe place. Now, it does not mean when everything is all said and done and comes out in the end that you then don't decide, that you do decide to alter your relationships. But it's like the stuff that, for example, the stuff that was posted about stickers this morning on the Boyd News Network. I have no concept about that by his ex. All I can say is I feel very sorry for everything that came down from the bottom of my heart. I feel awful about that. I really do. But as far as weighing in, and all I can do is hope that both parties at the end reach a resolution and that they both feel like justice was done. In the meantime, does that mean that I should not meet somebody? Of course it does not, because I am not a judge. I'm not one to know the circumstances of the living arrangement. I'm not one to be there on the daily and live that life. We just sit on here and we get tiny little glimpses into people's lives through videos and through hangouts, and I always remind myself this is 1/10,000th, one little frame in a whole movie of someone's life, and therefore I just.
Hello, Robert.
How you doing, Robert? Therefore I ought to just keep my trap shut, mind my own business, and if somebody's going to be there, to meet him. If not, would I go out of my way to travel and meet? Of course not. I will remind everybody that I had set up and scheduled Las Vegas first. Okay. As far as other people coming, that's fine. That's their perfect right to do that. And we're going to have a lot of fun. But please do bear in mind that I was set up first to go, had arranged first to go to Las Vegas. Wogs, how you doing? Stay the fuck out of drama. Too many busybodies. It's not my thing. Nor is it Missy Jenn's thing. It's the one thing that we've had perfect agreement on over time here. Good morning, Robert. Looking forward to seeing you on the Rancho tomorrow. We'll be cooking tomorrow afternoon with making my meatballs and cooking up some bread in preparation for your visit tomorrow. He is going to be coming up and picking up his Pioneer SX1250, which is ready to go. So I'm just saying, although I appreciate the effort people go to and they how would I say, they agglomerate, they gather a lot of different pieces of information and data and things. Smart people know, or at least people that are a little deeper level thinking, that there's two sides to every story. And if a lawyer puts out, if a plaintiff puts something out in a document, we also have the defendant side, which has to be heard too. And all that stuff funnels into a court of law where decisions are ultimately made. And when those decisions are made, that's the things that I care about at that point in time. That's the final determinant to me about what this person is really all about. Now, people make mistakes in life, of course. I certainly have. A lot of people have. Try to go on, try to do better. But I just want to wait until, leave it to the courts. Leave it to the courts. Hey, Matronista, do I ever get a hangover? Only if I really get this stuff back here, Matro, this bourbon. If I drink too much on top of whiskey. So, how you doing, Bad Wolf? I will watch the replay of the Kentucky Derby. Harvey said, George Best, the best British footballer, once told me to avoid hangers, just stay drunk. War Scores, how you doing today, sweetie? So I'm definitely looking forward to Vegas. Bobby and I will be taking off very early on Wednesday morning. I'll be doing pop-up streams. Most of the travel streams will be on the Rosie Murphy channel. Most of the stationary streams when I'm in Las Vegas will be on the Rosie O'Kelly channel. Because when I get to destinations like Las Vegas, the signal is much better down there than being out in the California desert, going through, going up through the Tehachapi Mountains and coming in through Mojave and Barstow and Baker, Prim, and going into Las Vegas. It's a good 9-hour journey for us. Dukakis. There's a name I've not heard for Dukakis. Is one state sweep in the election of 1984 or whatever. Let's see. So that's my thoughts on that. I'm doing good, Barbie. Nice to see you. Good morning, Marshall. Good morning to you. I'll be catching up on your singing later today. I will be taking off for Oakland this afternoon. I will be pre-arranging with Robert a meetup tonight. It'll be my treat tonight. I'm looking for, it's going to be kind of my farewell to Oakland here. Today I've decided to go back and go on my favorite part of that city there on that east side and relive some of the early glory days from, it's hard to believe it's been almost 2 months. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm going to see if, thank you. I'm not sure yet, Barbie. Yeah, chooching down in Oakland today, just the farewell tour. And then hopefully meeting Robert about 8 p.m. tonight, get a late dinner. Up in Berkeley, have a lot of fun, a lot of chooching. See if I can catch up with Meteorite Man. See if I can catch up with him. Peter down there.
Peter.
And some other people.
Hopefully he's in
hopefully
his
the van will do good too. Well, I'm not going to go over to Jingletown. There was nothing in Jingletown was a disaster for me.
Peter has moved from the alley to the side of the road.
Jingletown was crap. Okay, that's the bottom line.
Peter the Meteor Man.
So, but I'll be down there. I'll be having a good time. It looks like the weather's going to be decent today. It's going to be a little on the chilly side. Be fully prepared. I do think there's some very interesting sites. The ghost ship, whatever the hell that was, it had that fire. That trial started this week where 30 people died in that Oakland warehouse fire, that nightclub. The ghost, I think it was the Ghost Ship Club, an illegal club down there. So that trial started this week. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I'm hoping we'll see Peter today. I want to see how it kind of
the media. We want that media.
Yeah, I want to hear how that turned out. Obviously, I also want to find out Peter, Meteorite Man, had his van parked next to the building that caught fire. American Supply down there, that Chinese-owned place. That what was it? 20 employees had to flee during
20 or 21 people were actually working at the point in time. The fire broke out and they had to vacate the building as the building burned down to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like every time I go down, it gets worse and worse. There's more buildings that have been set ablaze. I don't know how it happened, but I do happen to know that Peter had his van up against that building with all of his lean-tos and tarps and all of that kind of crap. And I like to think that, of course, I don't think he was the cause of the fire because it was supposedly jumped from the building next door. But we'll be getting a closer look at that fire situation today. That's right in the heart of where I want to go down there. I do have the van situation too. Now, yesterday the van performed flawlessly. Thursday it performed flawlessly too. Missy Jenn was kind enough to go down and pick up the gas cap down there at the Dodge dealer. Installed that. I've got no indicator lights on. I've stopped and started. Been on the highway many times. Went down to Home Depot, picked up some things yesterday. I had no issues with that. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that everything is going to be good today. But in the event it's not, I will not freak out because I know no matter what happens, I can probably get that van home. Okay. And that's the bottom line. I ain't going to pay to have towed out. And for the other people that said, get AAA before I really start to travel, I will get AAA. And another heads up on the trip. Something else I want to mention. My initial travels were going to be down the California coast. I've now decided that I will probably hightail it to San Diego down there for my first big adventure. Spend a week in San Diego, boondocking, being around, and then head back slowly and visit some things on the Rancho. But I have to have the confidence in the van. That means you're likely going to see Tara. You're likely going to see Tara and all that. So, well, AAA is only good for 100 miles of towing. I hear that, Kit Kat. I also have to check with Geico. I may already have that. So, how you doing, Cindy?
Nice to see you.
Oh, I'm sorry you've been ill and bedridden. Oh my God, I'm sorry to hear that. How you doing, forever friend? Nice to see you. My Geico might be a different plan. I might already be covered for roadside assistance.
Nice to see you, Cindy. Look,
I will check with them.
Cindy.
Now remember, most time I plan on being in an urban area. I don't have a lot of interest. Small towns are great, like Point Reyes Station. But my big interest is to be in urban areas and to experience the life in places like, have that life with you guys on places like San Diego. See Tara, hang around, have a good time, explore the city of San Diego. There is no ghetto per se down there. So those of you who have been very upset about me going into bad areas, it's not to say they're on Tweaker, but we'll make our way down to Imperial Beach, hang around there. Probably go to Friendship Park if I'm down there on a Saturday or Sunday. Again, down there. So it'll take, yeah, I got the, for the gas cap, Sharon B said, take Vaseline for the gas cap. I actually have chapstick that I take if I have to seal up the, gas tank. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, forever friend. I'm sorry to hear that, honey. I don't take it for granted that I'm lucky that I enjoy good health and I'm able to basically have the mobility of a 30-year-old. I don't take that for granted. You should head up to Tweakerville. I will. There'll be plenty of places to explore. Plan B is to get over to Sacramento and the Central Valley before it gets too freaking hot. Modesto, Fresno, Stockton, which is a real hole out in the Central Valley, and Sacramento. So there's a lot of places, a lot of people. There are a lot of places to see. I mean, tons of places to see, tons of good travels and adventures coming up. Just move up the Hillsburg. It's in the rolling hills above you, and you can be a good grandma and take care of your grandchildren. I don't know, Sean. You have to have full coverage with Geico, and you can add. I think I have full coverage with Geico. I think I have full coverage with Geico. I just have to double check that. I have to double check that on there. I think I need to add KYZ jelly. So yeah, I'm looking forward. I want to explore some more around where that fire was and get the story on what the hell happened down there. If you making payment, you have full coverage. Okay. We sold our property in Stockton. Good for you. Good for you. Fuck Progressive and the Camel, they wrote in. What happened to you on there? Did that who's that woman they put on Flo? Did Flo bend you over, Jessica Jennifer? How you doing, Simon? Nice to see you. Oh, you pay nearly $200 a year for AAA. Yeah, I think I just have to double check mine.
Yeah, every time they have like a good-looking woman in the advertisement, there's something suspicious about the insurance policy.
Cesar, I haven't forgotten about you. Give me a day or two, okay?
Hi, Cesar.
I promised you a graduation present. So I'm a person of my word, Cesar. The old bat's like your stand-in mom for you for graduation, so don't worry. Let's see. Yeah, so I'll double check about the coverage I have for.
Yeah, if you have the full coverage, you should have the. You should have some kind of a
nationwide service. So I think I will double check. I think that's important, especially if I'm on the road, far away from home, where I don't have a familiarity. But remember, my van only has 40,000 miles on it. That's the good news. And some people have also weighed in about using hostels and being careful about hostels in the U.S. as opposed to international hostels. I just think I want my travels to be as interesting as possible. And what makes it interesting to me is to be around as many people as possible in hostile situations and things. Not the kind of thing I could ever put Missy Jenn in, because she's a much more private person. Although she did, stay in those kind of things or sleep in the car in her travels in Europe. I do like.
I was in my 20s.
I do like very much meeting people, and also a lot of Airbnbs rent single rooms for the night.
I slept in the woods. I slept in the car. I slept under the stars. I did all kinds of crazy stuff. But I was like 21, 22, 23. I was still a kid.
Get one of those 10 things you put on the top of your car to sleep. I've actually, biggest liars around. It's pretty comfortable on, it's a foreign made engine, Kit and Kat. It's actually an extremely well-made engine on this thing. And for one person, biggest liars around, I appreciate that. For one person, I sleep very well in the back of the rig. And the more you do it, the better you sleep over time. So in my opinion, that I think I got things pretty well covered out. It's just the heat. There is no fan in it. So when things get super hot, California is not a problem in San Diego because things on the coast cool down so much. That's what makes San Diego so delightful. Cesar wants to know how long. I'm not sure. Did you backpack or did you drive?
I drove with my car and just
Thank you, Josh.
just a backpack of clothes in my car. I went across Europe for 10 days.
Wow.
I had like $300 and then just kind of.
Yeah, a lot of homeowners policies won't cover flooding, and the people that live around here, I don't have earthquake insurance because, well, it's a joke here. It's so expensive, and it has a 20% deductible, which is useless. I could pay the 20% deductible to have the house put back on the foundation if it ever did come off. So it doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense. How you doing, Jazz? Nice to see you. So I think it's very comfortable. I think it's pretty comfortable to be in the rig. What I have found is the false economy of cooking for yourself these days, being on the road, because I'm a very cheap eater. And I kind of set myself a budget. I'm saying, you know, if I'm on your travels and you're in the area, please invite me. I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to sofa surf. I'm happy, you know, if you have a spare room for a day or 2 or 3, you want to hang out, show me your town, do some cool stuff. By all means, you'll know where I'm going. You want to stream snipe me and all that stuff. That's cool. That's cool. Thank you, Carlos, for continuously promoting yourself in here, which is okay by me. I don't really give a shit. Yeah, Jen's laugh. So just let me know. Side chat's lit over here today.
Don't forget to please smash that thumbs up if you enjoyed the pie.
Yeah, that's an idea. I just don't want to cut a hole in there. Don't want to cut a hole in the roof up in your garage. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Dory, and I'm looking forward to all that. There's so many people that have already reached out to me. I'm not a prick. As you know, I have a stellar record of protecting people's privacy, and I don't stick people on video that don't be on. But a lot of you people live in towns and cities where you know the really cool stuff is. I don't want to go around showing the crap everybody sees on the daily, okay? It's important to me to be out to show the stuff that's the unusual, the things that people can really enjoy. There we go, Jessica. Woo! That's my girl lighting it up on there. Good deal. Pop one of the rear windows. Now that's, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Biggest liars around.
Put a fantastic fan in there.
I'll probably just bite the bullet and I'm not sure. I'll probably get rid of the fan and sell it ultimately.
Yeah, I gotta.
Because I'm just fooling myself in the long term. You know, I'd rather be able to put the Class B I buy into a trailer park for a month or whatever and do that. Camping out. No, you'll never see me camping out in the wilderness. The wilderness to me is the city park in the center of town. That's shoot 'em up every night. How you doing, JK? Yeah, there you go, forever friend. So a lot of people are very kind. They will come forward. The more I travel, the more the comfort level, the more a lot of people that watch me on the daily will be like, oh yeah, that would be really cool to have Rosie. Yeah, Jimmy the Hobo. I don't even want to hear that name in my chat. This guy doesn't even know me, and he went to town on me. How you doing, Allie Pally? Oh, your driveway's wilderness, 20 minutes from a major airport. That's funny. Some of those towns can be called. I guess they can be. You're right, biggest liars. You're right. Yeah, I think if I can meet Johnny Wad down and when I'm in San Diego, I'm going to probably just hightail it down there and just do San Diego for a week. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll go over to Tijuana this time, Johnny. Catch you later, forever friend. Hope you feel better, honey. They might put me in a Tijuana club. I might never get out again. Oh, shit. That's funny. Right, Johnny. We live in the country. Butane, have a pool and RV. Oh, thank you, Sharon. You're kind. You and Kooky are wonderful. That's awesome. That's really cool. I want to get by and see Maxine again. Kind of cheer her up. Oh, okay. Allie Pally says, I'm getting some thumbs down on my videos. I have properly arrived. I was delighted. Oh, okay, Nathan. You take care, honey. You take care. I'll be on from about 2 p.m. till 2 to 8 or 9. So it'll be a rocking good time. What happened with Maxine? You know, Jessica, I think you remember last year when I took a journey out, Jen and I on our journey, Maxine was kind enough to put us up in her fifth wheel. But she showed me a picture of her x-ray, and literally her spine looked like an S. She had tremendous compression from years of slogging around cases of Coca-Cola and products and things, putting up displays, filling out stores, filling up inventory. And she's a tall person. And I think the taller you are, the more of a toll leverage takes on you when you bend over with a lot of weight in your hands and things. And she went through 2 pretty radical surgeries in the last 10 days to get that stuff straightened out. So she had all kinds of compression damage and all kinds of stuff. She's a very nice person, very sweet person. Yeah, lots of stripper poles to slide your boobs on in Tijuana. There we go. So you never know. Maybe Vlogger Puppet will stream snipe me down in San Diego there. So he'll certainly know where I am. I hope so too, Jessica. A very nice quality person. Worked very hard. Wonderful wife, Kim. Those x-rays were unbelievable, weren't they, Dory? Unbelievable what amount of damage, and to still be functioning. Hey, EBT, to still be functioning on the daily. Hey, Shauna Lynn, is what amazes me. Still going to work with that excruciating pain. So to the point, I think even sitting down at night or stretching out, just miserable 24/7. Yeah, she's got a cute daughter. Morgan is a lovely gal. Yes, she is. Okay, take care, Libby. Thank you, honey. She sure is. You can go back and see our visit with Maxine and her family. But damn, it was cold that next morning. What was it, Jen? 2 below zero, and we took off from Colorado Springs across Kansas. Man, that was cold. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and shut down the hangout. I'll see y'all in Oakland. You'll see Handsome Robert tonight. We're going to figure out what the hell we're going to do. So get things kind of pre-planned at a good location to meet. So I want to thank you all for being along. Thanks for watching us cut the pie. If you haven't given a thumbs up, please take a minute on the hangout to give a thumbs up. Very much appreciated. And I will see you all later from the beautiful garden spot of America, Oakland, California. See y'all later. Mwah.